I knew I was lonely, but I didn't think I would resort to a game where I could date a Dark Souls boss. Okay, I used the hook line, let me check that video requirement box. Love School Days is a horror roguelike, with multiple endings and with me being scared enough to flick my mouse like a 360 no-scope. The game came out on February 6, 2023 with an overwhelmingly positive on Steam with 18 achievements connected to the game. So if anyone is looking for a horror roguelike, then you should try the game out for yourself. And oh look, here's a spoiler warning, and this gun I found. And for whatever reason that you're still here, let's get to running and dating. We start the game with difficulty selection, and since I'm not a weakling and second enjoy having fun, I make the wise decision and choose normal, since, yes. We then wake up as alone as ever, and since I still have no friends, I boot up the game within the game, and we get the first achievement right off the bat. Our current objective within the game in a game is to wait for our love interest to confess to us. Our goal is to date a girl named Amiri. We do find a love letter on our desks. It's written for us to go to the bell on top of the roof with her waiting there. So we head up there and meet her face to face. The girl's name is Sabuki Makina. She then confesses to us her feelings and we reciprocate the same feelings. She then talks about the legend at the school. The legend states that two people who get together under the bell on top of the roof will be with each other forever. So let forever begin. Alright, that's the end of the game. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to... Alright, obviously this isn't the end. We didn't get with the main girl we wanted to, so we decided to start a new game. But the game data is corrupted. We try to fix it several times to no avail, until the game breaks and Makina drags us back in, waking up again in the school surrounded in darkness. As we look around, we find a repair kit, and it wouldn't be my video if I was a moron and used it for no reason. We then leave and see Makina just casually killing a fellow student. So that's fun. I then find a readme note, giving me the objective to find 4 items: the CD-ROM, graphics board, pink liquid, and blue liquid. Once we have the first 2 items, we need to make it to the art room and break them. Now with the plan set, we begin exploring, finding bread, a pager, with Makina then deciding to pull a ring and show up out of nowhere. I begin running, trying to create distance, but that does nothing since she just catches up and somehow knows we're recording. Wait, what are you doing? Please don't, please, I need my videos, please, I can't get sent to the shadow run, please. Oh, thank God. She then smacks us and we run again, using an energy drink I found to run as far as I can. But despite that, I run into her again and take more damage. I do finally escape from her, now seeing a girl glitching in the distance, and a girl on the ground broken beyond repair. She does have a note on her and she casually just knows how to build a bomb. So first of all, how? And second, why? While in the staff room after picking up a purse, Makina gets a buff and the game just got slightly harder. So this is a good time to mention that every few items we pick up, the game slowly increases in difficulty. So we have to be aware of that as we continue. So pass me, what's your thoughts on this? Also, what do you mean it's been updated? Bro, this game's freaking me out. I don't like this. Why did I try this? We then reach the library, finding a girl not murdered named Siori. She actually can't be murdered since no AI can pass the mesh for where she stands. We chat and she gives us some kind of a plan. We need to get backup data in the maintenance room, but the maintenance room is locked. To unlock it, we'll need to find a disc that contains the unlock system. She'll also need a graphics card. I leave, get Jen scared using my only on-hand free hit item, while being ran down into a corner and using my last saving item being the camera on total flipping accident. But despite that, we do find the first needed item being the graphics card and shortly after the pink liquid as well. And then I die. Now starts the second attempt. This time I pick up the repair kit and don't use it, but instead getting nearly jump scared and caught. But the repair kit does fix the damage that is done. In the computer room, we find a new busted item called the warp device, allowing me to teleport into any room as long as I've been there once. Walking around, I found another threat besides Makina. This god piece of plastic says not only do I get caught once, but twice, and die even faster than I did the first time. Hopefully, 3rd time's the charm. We find the pink and blue liquid, the graphics card, and I also find 2 warp devices, having to use one for an escape, since on the top left tells us the current hour. Every hour has some kind of special event, with sports day being the absolute worst, since it gives Makina essentially infinite stamina, so she'll find us super quickly. Eventually, it does end, finding another warp device in the last required piece right after I use the camera on Makina and get photography. I then make it to the art room, breaking the graphics card and the CD-ROM, now needing me to reach the science room and mix up the 2 liquids. We did it with no big roadblocks. Next on the list is the maintenance room and for me to inject the liquid into the culture pod. So I use my last warp device and make it, dropping the liquid into the brain and deleting it. Makina then congratulates us for clearing the game and following her instructions, disconnecting our brainwaves to the real world and being stuck here forever. We've now gotten our first ending. I next decide to be a menace and just jump in my room causing noise problems until he shows up and beats the shit out of us. The next ending requires me to talk to our friend named Yoshi. If we interact with him enough times, he'll say he'll have something on the rooftop. So we reach the roof and we see him under the bell, and he confesses his feelings. I'm moved. I have to look away. I'm shedding a tear. Here we go again! The next round is kinda a mix. We're able to use toast as a defense item and commit a classic enemy toast moment, letting us get girl-eating bread. But I don't. Oh my god, are you kidding me? And you know what? I'm tired of this girl. So what if I just deleted her? So I go into the game files and delete the character list. So when we enter the game within a game, everyone's just vanished, even when we check under the bell. But when we come back down, Machina is there waiting for us, saying we can never delete her. Just the two of us now, I guess. At this point, I try focusing on the endings that require specific items, so that once they're done, I won't have to pick them up again and Machina's difficulty won't increase. But that doesn't matter when my camera won't work, and I die. Now deciding to go for Siori's ending, which requires me to find the heart room and needing to find 3 separate flowers and putting them on these chains, which gives us Siori's heart, which is quite morbid, but whatever. We make it back to her in the library and give her the heart, and she confesses her feelings to us, originally hiding it since we like Amiri. But that's changed now. It's changed so much that her computer ranks from our likability score. With that, she saves us from death and moves us to the safe zone where Machina can't reach us, and where we can live forever. The next ending is a lot more difficult to obtain. We need to find the 3 free hit items, those being the socks keeper, the pager, and the mobile phone. We need to use all 3 items, and that will force Machina to drop a very key item. I also need to obtain the gymnasium key, which requires me to use the piano after finding the paper needed. And when we do play the piano, it will move this whiteboard and we grab a key after we die. But this is the last death in the entire video. This time I do make it to the gym and we have to fight a Dark Souls boss in here, using a fire extinguisher and sending it to the Shadow Realm. For winning, we get the next key piece, getting the repair chip. After I use my last free hit item, making her drop the key item, which is the collider script, I then escape using the warp device and reach the corridor with a vault. We need the collider script so we can fix the ground and walk on it. Fun fact, you can use the ground and fall through to escape from a chase. Then using the repair kit to fix the vault and obtain the last key item needed for the ending, Doki Doki Memories. We still need to reach the roof, which isn't too tough since we just need to find the Gobeta magazine and use it against Siori, causing an explosion, and grab the rooftop key, allowing us to get through the locked door. As we try to make it under the bell, we get stopped by a barrier with Machina showing herself, asking if we remember her now. Now connecting the dots that Machina is from the game we got from the safe, the heroine of Doki Doki Memories. She then states that when we played the game we said that we'd be together forever, yet we never came to see her. That's when she came to us within this game, yet we betrayed her. That's why she's so determined to keep us in this world, yet I refuse. So the battle begins. To win the fight, we first have to bait Machina into attacking us and throwing these electric orbs of scrap into these power supply units around the room. We have to hit these 3 times. Once they're down, we're able to start working on the shield control unit, yet we still have to dodge Machina's attack. Once that's down, the shield core reveals itself and we again have to get Machina to run into it with our new attack. But instead of blowing up the bell to escape, we instead give Machina the game cartridge and just stab her with the disc, which just sends her to hell, with us as well. We then wake up in Doki Doki Memories, living forever within this game. At this point, I'm kind of just going for any ending that decides to be kind with me and let the stars align. This run decides to give me all the bomb parts and perfectly hands me the sports event, which is the only time I'm happy to have it, since if we're quick enough we can blow up this secret wall, beating the announcer of the sports event, Nakino Izumi, which now becomes the new love interest and would become a man of action. Next round is a lot weirder. I find the Dark Souls figure, make it to the gym, and die from the boss 5 times, which opens the door on the side containing Siori. When we talk to her, we come up with a plan to use the rules of this world and take the boss. So I hand her the figure, and when we re-enter the gym, the boss has become much smaller and we talk. We learn that the boss wants to become a popular idol. I give them enough encouragement to conquer the dreams, and they tell us to meet us on the roof. So we do and become eternal. This time we find Amiri's repair chip, then decide to repair her and go for her ending. So when I talk to her, she runs away and I have to chase her down like a crazy person, talking to her 2 separate times. Once I'm done chasing, we can meet her on the roof and she confesses her feelings. Yet we do the dumbass thing we did at the start of the video and get a mana who never learns. I next become a streamer, grabbing all the pieces required. I also have to find a hammer, break this jar, steal the brain, and then give it to this mofo. But he does give us the key to the esports room and acquire the ending, only because Machina decides to become a streamer and leave us alone. So, are we a simp now at this point? This time I listen to Siori and stop being mean and hand her the graphics card and CD-ROM, then having to run upstairs and fill up the generator. Yet I have to become a yandere stalker and follow Machina all the way to the pool. Siori then hands us the maintenance room key and we dash over. We make it with ease and access the backup data. Upon picking it up, we run to Siori with her sending us back to the very beginning, except this time we avoid going to the roof and just go home. Next time we make the bomb actually useful, we need the triggers, the alarm clock, and fun fact, this restroom is the only way to obtain this item, and it's just a godly room in general, since you get a good amount of items here. Next we need are the explosives themselves. Now we can actually build the bomb. After that we need to resurrect Yoshikyu with his own repair chip. We then have to obtain the roof cube from me killing Amiri, then finding the USB drive, make it to the computer room, make the valve handle, then use it in the pool and grab the last needed item, the transportation device. So I then hand it back to my friend, now making it to the roof, placing the bomb. Makima then attempts to stop us by taking apart the bomb. Okay, high school bomb specialist. After that, the fight remains the same for the Doki Doki ending, baiting her to hitting her own equipment. Yet Yoshiko is an absolute go and gives us a rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher!
After the victory, me and bro team up and decide to fight any boss in any game. Next ending is the exact same as the last, except we gotta pull the ultimate backstab and shoot him as well. After the betrayal, Siori shows up and decides to peace out. With this ending, we have to build the bomb one last time, except we don't wake up Yoshiko this time. Defeat Makina for the last time and place the bomb, except she decides to Siori herself and take us with her. So when we respawn, we become trapped on the roof, becoming nothing but a hidden entity. We're now on the last and final ending, which required us to get every other ending beforehand. We also have to do almost everything we did for the Doki Doki ending, needing the immunity items, reaching the vault, except for along the way we have to pick up these magazines. One at the start, next in the library, and the final one on top of the safe. And the disc in the safe, except this time around we hand the disc to Siori, allowing us to go to the roof and confess our feelings to her, knowing that in Doki Doki Memories we only had one chance with her, and we decide to live in this world with her as well. Yet even though she feels the same, it can't happen. Her time has run out, but she loved us. After all, why would she let us retry after so many game overs? She cared for us. All we can do now is remember her from now on, from the days we live on, till we meet again. Love School Days is a really good game. The amount of endings you can get is absolutely ridiculous and great. The game is also just fun, at least for me. It's definitely challenging at the start of the game, but once you play enough games, you sort of just figure it out. So I've decided to give this game an 8 out of 10 jump scares in the fun factor, and 4 out of 10 anime toast scenes in difficulty factor. It certainly deserves its overwhelmingly positive on Steam. This game is just fun and slightly spooky at the start. I do enjoy the fourth wall breaks the game hands out. I feel like I can recommend this game to some people who are looking for something new. Just a blast. And with that, stay chill and watch some anime.